Happy Monday, everybody, and thanks for taking some time to hang out and play video games with me. This week, I'm hitting Sega's other Streets of Rage with Power Drift. So, how are the controls on the home conversion? What's with this guy's haircut? Why does she sound like a man? Will I ever get decent enough to unlock the Afterburner jet? I'm booting up my Saturn with the import toggle flipped and just finished some deep meditation to avoid getting super triggered. So, let's play Bumper Carts of Rage, Power Drift, for the SEGA Saturn. Hey girls, where's Optimus at? Designed by Yu Suzuki for Sega's Y-Board in 1988, Power Drift was one of the most successful arcade stand-ups of that year. Obviously then, this was ported to the Sega Genesis as a launch... the Commodore 64. PC Engine, DOS, ZX Spectrum... Really, the ZX Spectrum? Well, okay. My beloved Sega Genesis didn't have built-in scaling hardware, so I can understand Power Drift not being a neat fit for the hardware at the time. A Lost ported the game for 32X later, and it seemed like the game's day in the sun had come and gone. But for obsessive Sega fans and region-modded Saturn or Pro Action Replay owners, there would be the SEGA Ages collection, and now gamers could get the Power Drift experience at home. Minus the awesome tilting cabinet, steering wheel, shifter, brake, gas pedal, all that. In Power Drift, you put the pedal down around roller coaster style racetracks to come in first, avoiding crashes and other dune buggies. Good luck with that. There are 5 circuits with 5 tracks each and memorable drivers like this guy, and that guy, and girl, and memorable vehicles like the blue one, or pink one. Similar to Outrun, you have gas, brake, and a high-low shifter. In the Saturn version, you also have the option to use automatic transmission. Each course has its own theme song composed by Hiroshi Kawaguchi, and they are really great period arcade themes and takes you back to Sega's glory days of arcade dominance. They make you want to go fast, and voice samples are great as well as you pass opponents even though everyone has the same voice, including the ladies. Power Drift looks amazing, and I think people forget how innovative Sega's superscalar graphics games like Afterburner, Outrun, Monaco GP were when they were new. These weren't run-of-the-mill arcade games, these were experiences with their own over-the-top arcade cabinets. Power Drift felt like a theme park ride, and it looked like one. The way the camera followed the angle of the turn and made you really feel like you were leaning into the turns. The game moves fast, and its bright candy pop visuals just make you want to love this game. The only times it really falls apart is on certain turns that are too tight and the scalar graphics kind of become a stack of sprites and you lose the illusion of the track. The Saturn version looks pretty, even though it runs at about half the arcade game's frame rate. Gameplay is where your miles may vary. Ha! Miles. I suspect if you have a Sega 3D Knights pad or a Saturn steering wheel, this game is probably more fun. While you can play this game with a standard Saturn pad, turning is not analog, and you will see turning is delayed or slowed down to approximate analog turning. On my arcade cabinet, you turn as fast as you turn the wheel in real life. On the Saturn, you turn much slower as the D-pad shifts from center to far right turns. In a game like Power Drift, this is soul-crushing. I'm going to revisit this eventually when I can track down an analog controller. As big as arcade nut as I am, I could never make myself buy the Saturn steering wheel since it didn't have gas pedals. That thing was designed by savages. For me, for the most part, it plays just like the arcade, minus the tight steering, and if you're going to track this down, you might as well get a wheel or analog pad too. Just playing on a stock SEGA 6-button pad, you'll notice minor load times and slow D-pad controls. The other faults of Power Drift come from the arcade game itself. This is one of the most infuriating racers ever made. The corners are way too tight to manage while avoiding other racers, and many times the action will break down into chaos as you get bopped around by carts and obstacles or slide off the track. To this day, I still have not mastered this game. I own the arcade game. I can play it for free. I just suck at it. Is it best to let off the gas? I don't know. Shift down to slow down? Maybe. Use the brakes? I don't know. Or just learn to hit the turns optimally at top speed. I have owned the arcade machine for years. I still don't know. You will get bounced around a lot in Power Drift. This game hits you like a Mario Kart blue shell, and it does not ever say sorry. The first tracks in every circuit are always fun, but many times I just say pass on the later courses and stop playing before the game, stops being fun. So what does that mean? Well, if you're wanting to get that nostalgic buzz playing Power Drift, the SEGA 3D Classics Collection is your best and cheapest bet on the 3DS. There's also the 1UP Arcade Outrun machine that features this game, and Outrun, which is also amazing. Or just buy the arcade cabinet like some Sega-obsessed lunatic. Don't judge me. This is light years better than the PC Engine or Commodore ports of the game. It's a good port, but if you want an arcade perfect experience, the controller issues might be a deal breaker for you. So if you can handle the ruthless coin eater aspect of Power Drift and have an analog steering solution for your Saturn, pick it up. Power Drift is one of the less remembered but still fun Sega Superscalar games with personality that makes you forgive how mean the course layouts can be. Oh, Mohawk guy, I can't stay mad at you. See you later, sucker. No, you eat dirt, bozo. Good times. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and no matter what your questions are about toys, universe, everything, remember, the answer is always to have fun. And, like the game says, try for number 1. I really do appreciate you spending time with me. If you want to help me do more like this, please like, subscribe, share on your social media stuff so I can grow the channel, take over the world, play more Sega. Till next time, everybody.
Go for number